Hi, welcome to Tutoring Squared. The following slideshow will give you a better understanding of how the webcast rooms work. These are the rooms we are using for our one-on-one tutoring sessions as well as for the webinars. The one-on-one tutoring session is only between the tutor and your child, whereas our webinars are a small classroom setting with 5 to 7 students working on one specific area of study. During the tutoring session, your child will be on the phone and in the webcast room with their tutor. In the beginning of your child's tutoring sessions, the tutor will be able to walk them through getting into their webcast rooms. In time, especially in this day and age, your child will be able to access the webcast room themselves and be ready to go for their tutoring session quickly. You are seeing exactly what Stephanie is looking at in her tutoring session. At this point in time, the tutor is explaining to Stephanie that in order to learn how to multiply her numbers, the use of a multiplication table comes in really handy. The tutor asks Stephanie if she has ever seen something that looks like this. Stephanie answers, "Yes, my teacher has shown me this before, but I don't know what it means." So the tutor says, "Okay, well, this is called a multiplication table, and I'm going to teach you how to use it." The tutor changes Stephanie's view and begins to explain that if you have two numbers that you need to multiply together, like 6 and 8, you can either use the 6 on the top and the 8 on the side, or the 6 on the side and the 8 on the top. In this case, we will use the 6 on the top and the 8 on the side. The tutor tells Stephanie to put her right pointer finger on the 6 on the top and her left pointer finger on the 8 on the side, and then bring the two fingers together, and where they meet, that will be your answer. First, the tutor will ask Stephanie if she got the answer and what was the answer she got. Then the tutor will flip to the next slide. This slide shows the path Stephanie's fingers should have taken to get the correct answer. Stephanie had a hard time getting the correct answer, so the tutor went into a little more detail showing Stephanie how the purple lines on the page meet. The tutor has access to many tools, so she uses arrows to show Stephanie the route. The tutor can use many different tools if needed, but when the tutor showed Stephanie the route that her fingers should have taken, Stephanie said, "Oh, now I get it." So the tutor said, "Great, do you want to try it yourself?" And Stephanie answers yes. She gives Stephanie access to the tools so that she can draw on the page. If you notice, on this slide, Stephanie does not have any tools in her toolbox. The tutor has to change the settings to give Stephanie access to those tools. This prevents the student from playing around and keeps the student on task. Now Stephanie has access to the tools and is able to work interactively with the tutor. The tutor asks Stephanie to solve the problem 8 times 7 using the multiplication table. The tutor gives Stephanie instructions on how to draw on the table, so the tutor can see how Stephanie is using her multiplication table. The tutor says to Stephanie, "Stephanie, so you see the tools on your screen in the upper left-hand corner?" Stephanie answers yes. The tutor says, "Can you click on the arrow? This will allow you to use the arrow tool and show me which path you are following to get your answer." Stephanie says, "I clicked on the arrow." And the tutor says, "Okay, now can you draw me an arrow by clicking on the number you start at and going down to the number you will end at and click that number?" Stephanie does that and does a great job, so the tutor says, "Excellent, can you do it for the second number?" And Stephanie says, "Yeah," and draws another arrow. Then the tutor says, "Great job, Stephanie. Now what number did your arrows meet at?" And Stephanie answers 56. And the tutor says, "Excellent, I think you know how to do it," and practices some more with Stephanie. Stephanie has access to all the tools, so she can draw squares, circles, arrows, lines, and do other things that keep her lessons fun and interactive. The color can be changed, which makes it easier to differentiate between what the student has drawn or written and what the tutor has drawn or written. This is just a piece of a one-on-one tutoring session that has been created to give you a better understanding of how the webcast rooms work. This is just like face-to-face tutoring without all the hassles of either cleaning your house or driving somewhere. Your child will be able to spend their whole session on learning and not have to waste time typing. This is tutoring of the future, and your child will be able to learn 3 times faster with this revolutionary new tutoring concept.